In 10 minutes, I'm going to show you how eating whole wheat bread will help you to be healthy and live longer. America has forgotten the secret of grinding and making whole wheat bread. By eating whole wheat bread, we can greatly reduce the risk of common diseases that are related to processed flour that we normally eat. Grains are the most nutrient-dense food. The full ingredients are only present when flour is freshly milled. It begins to lose nutrients within 24 hours, and whole grain flour spoils in 5 to 7 days. Whole grain flour in the store can't be whole grain without chemicals added, because white flour is missing the nutrition that protects us from cancer, stroke, heart disease, diabetes, and many other diseases. Plus, it's a good emergency food. Whole grains are high in fiber, which can help you to control your blood sugar levels, lower cholesterol, lower your risk of colorectal cancer, improve bowel movements, feel full for longer, so you'll be satisfied with fewer calories. An important source of minerals, wheat contains many minerals. The concentration of minerals in wheat is determined by the type of soil, climate, and agricultural practices, such as organic farming. Our body needs minerals for regulating enzyme systems, building bones and teeth, helping with muscular contractions, releasing energy from food, maintaining your body's pH balance. And antioxidants. Whole grains contain antioxidants. These are substances that may delay or prevent some forms of cell damage, meaning aging. The best way to get antioxidants is to eat foods rich in them. Researchers say that these will help prevent disease. Whole grain flours contain many of these. Phenolic acid, and you can read the list there. Below is a complete list of the 19 vitamins and minerals that are removed from white flour. I'll let you read through it, but the point is they only put 6 of the 19 back, and there's a lot of good nutrition in there that does a lot of things for our body that we really, really need. The term enrichment the food scientist uses is not helping us. Do not think enriched means it is better for the body. Enriched means a small portion of the nutrients removed are replaced by man-made ingredients. Prior to 1870, most of the bread eaten was milled locally and baked at home. The health of America began to rapidly decline in 1870 when steel rolling mills began to sift wheat, removing the bran and the germ. The white part of the wheat was all that remained, giving it a longer shelf life, true, but it also removed many of the nutrients, allowing many of our diseases to thrive today. Whole wheat bread is healthy and delicious. Joseph's Kitchen does not make bread. It gives you the mechanicals and the ingredients and the knowledge to make your own bread. So here's what I did. I saw this, and I bought myself a grain mill. I bought myself some wheat berries, and I ground it, and I actually made a couple of loaves. And my wife and I both liked it. She said, well, if you're going to do this, you're going to have to get a bread machine because I'm not kneading bread. So we got a bread machine. Here's what it looks like. And this, all you have to do is put in your ground wheat berries, your wheat flour, along with about 5 other ingredients. Push about 2 hours, 20 minutes later, you have a nice, hot, steaming, wonderful tasting loaf of whole wheat bread. Good for you, good tasting, and the children will eat it, contrary to some of the other emergency food out there. For the first few months, when I started eating this, I noticed my hunger cravings turned to normal. Instead of, you're hungry, you're going to eat, it's, you're kind of hungry. And I was eating more normally instead of binge eating. When I got hungry, it was not a cramp. It was just a gentle nudge. My appetite dropped. I was eating less, not getting hungry. I was losing weight. My GP doctor said my cholesterol was actually low. I said, no. I mean, I know, I understand it's always been high. It's a family thing. No, it's low. I said, low? Are you sure? She says, is that your name? Yes, then it's low. So I was shocked. My cardiologist took me off one of my high blood pressure meds as a result of it. My sweet cravings left. My frequent upper respiratory illnesses that I'd been battling for the last 25 years pretty much went away. Lost weight, I began to keep it off. People keep remarking how for a guy 70, have very few wrinkles. You're looking good for 70. Receding hairline slowed, graying hair slowed, Annual physical, they found nothing wrong. All I do is I eat one slice before playing racquetball, and then, of course, I'll typically have a slice for breakfast and for lunch. I'll have another slice before playing racquetball. I notice distinct increase in my strength. Even one of the guys said, "Man, what happened to you tonight? You've been running around like the wind." And it's the only thing I could point to was whole wheat bread. It's high vitamin B, and it gives us strength and energy. Also, by eating bread, you can reduce your food bill because wheat is actually pretty cheap food. One loaf actual cost is about $10, and that makes about 10 to 14 meals. So that's around $1 per meal. Food cost, that's pretty cheap. And you can feed one person per year for about $1,000. Joseph Kitchen puts their wheat nitrogen inside the bucket. Also, it comes in a bucket, not a bag. A bucket, nitrogen infused, so it'll last a lot longer. You may be saying, well, why Joseph Kitchen? Well, for one thing, if you want your bread to rise, you have to get the right wheat, and there are thousands of varieties. If you get the wrong variety, it's good for pizza, but it won't make bread. It's good long-term emergency food. Most of them out there are about $9,000 per year. Joseph Kitchen is about $1,000 per person. People report that it is not good tasting. I'm talking about others. And one person said I couldn't get the kids to eat it. I actually pulled some of that long-term storage food down. I couldn't get the kids to eat it. My wife wouldn't eat it. All you have to do with the other ones is you boil water and add and stir. A lot of times what you get is macaroni and cheese or man-made processed food, Jell-O, and things that are low nutrition. So with Joseph Kitchen, you get whole wheat bread that's really good and good nutrition for you. At Joseph Kitchen, what we recommend you do is get a machine package. That's the mechanicals, a grinder bread machine, thermometer, etc. Then you get food for 1, 2, 4, or 6. And then typically it ships the very next day, and it ships internationally. So what I recommend you do is get the machine package here, and here's what's in it. You get a bread slicer, grinder, bread machine, and all the measuring beakers, everything you need to make your whole wheat bread. Then you decide how much food you want. Do you want to have food for one person a year, 2 people a year, 4 people a year, 6 people a year? And in that package, it's everything you need to make food for 6 people for 1 year, if you choose 6 people 1 year. You remember Pharaoh had a dream, and Joseph interpreted, and it was essentially saying that there are going to be 7 years of plenty followed by 7 years of famine. This scripture says what they ate was whole wheat bread. Because in the land of Egypt there was bread. The people cried to Pharaoh for bread. Pharaoh says, go talk to Joseph and he will tell you what to do. And Joseph fed the world with wheat for 7 years. This is a loaf of bread I actually made. So I'll recommend you go to josephkitchen.com, get yourself a machine package. Then you decide how much food you want. Food for 1 person a year, 2 people a year, 4 people a year, or 6 people a year at josephkitchen.com. josephskitchen.com.